I'm Sean from League Estates, and today we're going to talk about everyone's favorite subject, taxes. But this is going to be a good discussion about how to save taxes. Specifically, we're going to talk about selling your house or any real estate you might have, your investments. So, well, let's start with the easy case. So the government gives you a $250,000 deduction when you sell your house, whatever gain you've made. So say you bought a house for $1 million and you sell it for $1.25 million and you live alone, you can deduct that gain. So you can put the $250,000 in your pocket and then move on. So that's a good win. Now if you're a couple, you can deduct $500,000 and not pay any tax on it. So one strategy to use this to your maximum advantage is that every time your house goes $500,000 or more above what you bought it for, you should sell and move on to a bigger house. So that way, you can keep stepping up and stepping up over time. There's no limit to how many times you can do this. So it's a great way to save on tax. And really in California, especially Irvine area, you make more money in your house than just about anything else. So why not do it tax-free? Now, a lot of people want to move every 5 or 6 years, and recently it's been even a year or 2 years even that it's gone up that much. So there are other ways to save on taxes. One is that if you own a property, say that you have a rental property and you want to sell it, or most everybody knows about the 1031 exchange, so you can take your basis for what you bought this property for. So say you bought a $1 million property and then you go to sell it for 1.5 and you go buy another house at 1.5, say. You can take that $1 million initial purchase price and move it over to the new property. So you don't have to pay that tax now. You just have to pay that tax when you actually cash out. When you retire, you want to sell all your investment properties, then you need to pay tax then. Or there's a nice little loophole, but maybe closed soon. You can give that to your heirs, and their adjusted basis after they die, after you pass away, your adjusted basis goes to the current value. So if they sell the house, they pay no tax, which that's a big loophole right there. Of course, you're not alive to enjoy it, so that's the minor inconvenience of that plan. So now, what we're seeing a lot of lately is that people are selling their house because the prices have gone up so much. They're selling it for $3 or $4 million when they bought it at 1 or 2. So they're making $1 million or $2 million profit. Normally, if you'd have to pay that as a tax bill, capital gains in that's a pretty big bill, and it's scaring a lot of people from actually cashing out or moving out of state or whatever they want to do. So we have a workaround for this. There are plans that can be used to deduct all of it, or at least move all of the tax obligations to 30 years down the road. And some of the advantages of that are, say you owe $1 million in taxes, right? Then if you don't pay it now, and you pay it 30 years from now, you still have to pay the $1 million. But that's $1 million in 30 years. And the current rate of inflation, which is 6 or 7%, that's really nothing. You're going to pay $100,000, $200,000 of today's money 30 years from now. So really, really fantastic way to save on tax dollars. And you can use that money you saved on taxes to reinvest and make more. And so by the time you're ready to pay that tax bill in 30 years, you have made far more than that on the money. Now, one of the disadvantages of moving from one house to another, especially in California, even if you don't have to pay capital gains, it's your new stepped-up basis for property tax. But luckily, there's a lot of rules here that say you're 55 or older, you can transfer what you're paying at your old house to your new house. So say you're paying $4,000 of tax a year, and you move to another house that's of similar value or a little bit more, you're going to pay around that same amount. You don't have to, go with the new value. So that's great if you're in the retirement age, and that's something we can also help you on. Figure out what's the best way, what's the best strategy to move from one place to another, and have the minimal amount of tax impact on your finances. And lastly, I just wanted to mention trust funds. Trust funds are a good way to pass on your properties to your sons or daughters or other family members, and in the event that you pass away or are incapacitated, and then they pay no tax or any kind of transfer taxes or have to do probate or any of that kind of stuff. So it saves a lot of hassle and a lot of money. If you'd like to discuss any of these with us, or we actually have more options than this. Because of the huge increases in equity lately, a lot of people have been asking us about taxes and how can they avoid it or put it off, or what can they do to save on taxes. So we actually partnered with a tax lawyer, and he has a lot of plans that we can go through to save you on whatever your situation is. We can find the best way through it, and it'll be well worth your time and money. If you'd like to know more, give us a call, 949-298-0727. And if you enjoy this content or any of the content we have on our videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Just a little disclaimer before we go. We're not tax experts, but we do work with them. Thank you. Have a great day.